Okay, Michael, BAFTA was last night. 3 Billboards won. I'm still sticking with it with the Oscars now, but I'm worried about Shape of Water. What about you?
I'm sticking with 3 Billboards. By the way, Tom, all the major categories seem to be going in a certain way, certainly with the Golden Globe picking, and also the BAFTAs picking 3 Billboards for Picture, Del Toro for Director, Frances McDormand, Gary Oldman, Allison Janney, Sam Rockwell. I don't think the Oscars can be exactly the same as the other awards.
There's usually
in the
one.
major
They usually
categories.
throw you one loop. Yeah. Okay. So what category is most?
Just to be wacky, I'm going with Laurie Metcalf, who I also actually think was wonderful.
Yeah, she was.
And no one's going to argue with that. In Lady Bird, and Allison Janney was terrific too. But I just think there's going to be one category at the Oscars where people are going to go, "Oh, that's different than we expected." Otherwise, what's the point of the Oscars? Why even have them?
You're in agreement with Ann Thompson, who's very good at this
She's good.
Oscarology.
She's good.
Her argument for Laurie Metcalf is that they're going to want to put that Lady Bird vote someplace. So where does it go? If you don't give it screenplay, do you give it? That's your logical vote.
Right, and we think McDonough, well, there are 2 screenplay categories. Okay?
Yes.
There's adapted and there's original. McDonough, we think, will win original.
Correct. And Call Me by Your Name, I have for the other, right? What do you
Me
have?
too.
Yeah.
And McDonough was not given a Best Director nomination. So that's one reason why I think he's getting screenplay. Plus, it deserves it.
It absolutely does deserve it. Look, Billboards is divisive, just as La La was last year. It's either love it or hate it. The new preferential ballot means you either rank it first or fifth, right? And that's the theory as to why La La lost last year, and there was more general love for Moonlight. That to apply that same thinking this year to Shape of Water versus 3 Billboards, there's all this love for Shape of Water, and there's a love or hate it for Billboards. So if we follow that through, we're going to be wrong. Does that make you nervous?
La La Land lost?
I hate to break it to you.
I didn't get the memo.
I'll have Faye and Warren stop by later.
They don't even know.
I know.
That's a good point. And though I did have certain problems with Shape of Water, it's the kind of movie you hear people rapturously saying they loved. It is a beautiful movie to look at. It has some elements that it's hard to be unhappy with. But I also think 3 Billboards hits people in a visceral way. It reflects some of the issues of today. It has complicated characters. It's not a cut and dry version of what's going on today. It's complex characters who are deeply flawed. And I think Oscar these days likes that kind of quirky movie, whereas Shape of Water is a Beauty and the Beast story of good versus bad. 3 Billboards is more intricate than that, don't you think?
I absolutely agree.
So in that case, I would say it's a notch above. And I'm wrong, because I'm usually wrong.
Well, we're almost always wrong about Best Picture now for the last few years since this preferential ballot. I'm afraid of it. But I think that because Oscar voting starts 2 days after BAFTA, or 1 day after BAFTA, 2 days before the ballots go out, I think it can have some impact, and just enough impact to push it over. But there is a lot of hatred for Billboards out there.
I haven't heard that much hatred. I've heard some sniping, but why is...
They don't like the plot twist of the guy from out of state, and I don't want to do any spoilers. But all right, that said, if any other surprises in any major categories could we see happen? What's going to win foreign film? I don't even know.
You know, I saw A Fantastic Woman, and I liked it a lot.
Yeah.
That could win.
Yeah.
I'm going, I think, with the Russian movie, just because I don't know. It's one of those like shot in the dark. I have no idea.
What movies do you really like this year?
I mean, I feel so defeated because these documentaries, short subject type of categories, always floor me. I always get them wrong.
Me too.
And just go with the Holocaust. But it's not that easy.
Not anymore. They're actually watching these things. They're screwing us up, Michael.
Yeah, but even when I've seen them, I can't always say, well, this is going to win, because you don't know what's in the minds of the voters. So those categories kind of throw the whole thing off, I feel. So then I feel like, for foreign, let me just go for the Russian movie.
Sure, why not? They're invading all of our other elections, aren't they?
Well.
Any other final thoughts? Oscars?
Well, I think it's going to be interesting to see what the surprises are, because I don't think there's ever been a year without some surprises.
Right. No, there's a Mark Rylance every year, something like that, or certainly a Moonlight jaw-dropper last year.
Though Moonlight did win the Golden Globe for Best Drama.
I know it did, yes. And I love it. I hate to say it, I'm rooting for Billboards, and I hope that's not clouding my prognostication skills.
Right. Well, I see. Here's the thing: Del Toro, we think, will win director for Shape of Water. So that could be their way of saying,
That's
they
true.
do like a split these days. They like a divide. So they could say, well, that's our award for Shape of Water. Not to mention the score and the
Production
the visuals.
design and all that. Yeah, it's going to win.
So it'll come away a winner, and they could say, but the best picture was really Three Billboards, and it could get that Argo effect of we feel bad that McDonough wasn't up for director, and so, let's have sympathy for that movie.
I like that.
Remember when Argo?
I do, and I think that's
Ben
a great...
Affleck got so much sympathy.
I know. So, what do you think? Make your predictions at Gold Derby's Prediction Center, and they will impact our odds. And hopefully you'll beat us.